Welcome back to another topic video. I'm Nick Bass with Ball State University and the Fisher Institute of Health and Wellbeing and the Healthy Lifestyle Center here at Ball State. And in this video, we are going to discuss task versus ego-oriented goals towards a healthier lifestyle. So what we're going to go over in today's video is just a brief review of some of the do's and don'ts of goal setting. Then we're going to dive into what is a task goal, what is an ego goal, and then just kind of wrap it up with a quick summary of all the things you might have learned today. So, our brief review. So, when you're making your goals, you want to make sure that you are using the SMART goal principle. So what does that mean? It means that you want your goals to be specific as possible. We want them to be measurable, so whether that is steps walked in a day or minutes of activity recorded or calories counted. We want it to be attainable. So what does this mean? It means that we want it to be difficult, but not too difficult for you to attain. This means that your goal should push you, and it should push your limits, and you may feel uncomfortable at times, or it may be challenging. But that leads into our next point. We want it to be realistic. So what does that mean? It needs to be realistic to you. So if you work a third shift job, then getting in exercise during the day is probably going to be difficult for you. So you might want to do it when you get home after your shift before you go to bed. And then we want them to be time bound. So this means that we want to have an end date set. We want things to be, we want to strive towards an end date, essentially. So if your goal is to lose 10 pounds, a good date to set would be 6-ish months out. If you want to lose that 10 pounds in a pretty healthy, slow-paced manner. So then we want to be sure that we disengage from our goals. So if they're too challenging or we are like encountering a ton of barriers, we want to be able to disengage from those goals. Then we want to put our goals in writing. You're more likely to adhere to pursuing these goals if you put them down in writing and put them somewhere where you can see them. And then finally, we want to recognize barriers to your goals. So by recognizing barriers, they act as roadblocks. We will take a detour to get to your goal somehow. So let's dive in. So what is a task-oriented goal? This doesn't mean that you are completing tasks. It doesn't mean that you're setting out to say, I want to get X done. That's not what this means. A task-oriented goal means that you are focused on personal improvement and gaining a skill / understanding how to live a healthier lifestyle. So one way to set a task-oriented goal would be I want to learn how to properly squat, or I want to learn how to properly run, or I want to learn how to properly diet. Those are task goals. They're focused on gaining a skill / understanding, and with that, you will be focusing on personal improvement. So, task-oriented goals are found to have a positive relationship with physical activity and exercise enjoyment. So, the more of these goals that you set, the more likely that you will have a positive relationship with your healthier lifestyle. So, that's why we want to focus on task goals. So then, ego-oriented goals. Now, these aren't necessarily bad in retrospect. Sometimes you need an ego goal to give you a boost. So ego goals are focused on comparing yourself to others. It can often create a competitive or hostile environment, and your success is mainly based on being better than others around you. So one of these goals would be, I want to exercise more than my wife. Now, or husband or partner. Now, this can create a competitive environment, which sometimes can be good when trying to get more physical activity in. However, you are comparing yourself to someone else. So this can also beat you down if you don't outwork or outdo another person. And that's where we want to avoid these. Now, if you and your wife have an Apple Watch, or you and your partner have an Apple Watch, you can do games on there or a Fitbit, and you can challenge each other. That doesn't create a competitive environment or a hostile environment. It creates competition, but competition is sometimes needed to give you an extra boost to want to go out and do and live a healthier lifestyle. However, we want to try to stay away from these goals as much as possible. So in some, each of these have their benefits like we just discussed, but we want to stay focused on task-oriented goals. We want to focus primarily on self-improvement. So these can be little goals set over time where you are seeing yourself improve. So if you want to practice mindfulness 1 to 2 days out of the week, that would be self-improvement based. You want to focus on gaining a new skill and understanding how to promote a positive/healthy lifestyle. So let's try and focus on the task-oriented goals when creating our goals and then using our principles from what we reviewed. So feel free to contact us. We are open at the HLC on Ball State's campus Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9, 11:30 to 1:15 in the afternoon, and then 3:30 to 5 p.m. Friday, 7 to 9 a.m., 11:30 to 1:15. Feel free to look at our website to see when we have workshops and things of that matter at hlcmuncie.com. Email us at hlc765@gmail.com, or feel free to call us during our hours of operation at 765-288-1928, extension 5207, or 765-285-1293.